Yes, friends, we are live on YouTube. Yes, we are live.
Can I just check the sound? Is it audible?
All okay. All okay.
Thank you.
Yes. And we are live on YouTube, and we will be starting in 2 minutes. So thank you for your patience. There are already people who are connected with us. So we'll be starting very, very soon, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Sushil. You're
Hi.
audible? Yes.
Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you. Hello, Ila ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry, I hope I'm not a bit late.
No. We are live on YouTube. We will start in like 1 minute or so.
Oh, hi.
We have already streaming on YouTube.
बस तुम्हारा और मेरा कपड़ा मैचिंग हो गया ऑलमोस्ट.
मेरे पास एक ही कोटी है.
नहीं,
हर
कोटी
जगह
नहीं,
मैचिंग होता है.
कोटी का अंदर का.
हाँ.
तो टाइम में तो कपड़ा बदलता हूँ मैं.
नहीं.
नहीं तो लोगों को लगा यूनिफॉर्म है इधर.
People should know our relationship, no? Investor, investee.
करेक्ट.
Hello,
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Hope there's no echo.
No.
Okay, so I think we'll start. Who else has to join? Is everyone in?
All in, all in.
Okay, so we make a very good beginning today. Shri KVO, Sthanakwasi, Jain, Mahajan, Sanchalit, MATUSHRI, MANIBAI, SHIVJI, DEVJI, KANYA KELAVANI Fund organizes this chat between students and parents and our panel members. Welcome all the panelists once again. Thank you for sacrificing 2 Sundays. It's really, really good. And I would just request all the audience that it will not be possible to share the Zoom codes, but it is your the entire program is available live for you, basically on YouTube. And what is extremely important is your questions that can come in. Your questions will be very, very important. We are here to answer all your questions related to education, careers. There were a lot of lessons that all the panelists have shared on last Sunday. And they are very much in tune with the objects of the trust. MATUSHRI MANIBAI has been encouraging education for the girls last more than 52 years. And of course, education in general for everyone. And this is one such attempt. This is the COVID period, a COVID-19 period, which is a huge struggle for many, may not be for all. In whatever way, it could be emotionally, it could be educationally, it could be medically, and so on. And as we mentioned last time also, there are immense number of people who are working to help you. In the same way, we will thank all of them who are supporting humankind. And with that note, I think we will start beginning. Basesh, we have some questions from the last Sunday.
Yes.
Would you like to begin?
Sure, I will begin. Ila ma'am, you'll have to mute your YouTube because there is an echo. Okay. All right. So, guys, we had a lot of questions from last time. I'll start, and we are also monitoring the YouTube stream live. So, any questions you have, please put it there. So, we already have a couple of questions. Yes, yes, we are working on it. So, what we really want to, ask is there's one question which I think Sushil and I spoke on, and you all know us. We'll just give 2 seconds introduction. I'm a business mentor, leadership coach. So, Sushil and I, when we spoke on last time, we spoke on hustling and internships, and I think Kailash today is going to speak a lot on opportunities and internship. But I would like to say that this is the right time to hustle and use your time to absolutely learn digital marketing. आपका कुछ भी एज हो, वॉट एवर इज योर एज, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग इज द प्रेजेंट. और अगर आप आज भी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग पे नहीं हो, इरिस्पेक्टिव अगर आप स्टूडेंट हो, आप हाउसवाइफ हो, आप पेरेंट्स हो बिजनेस के लिए, across all sectors and fields, digital marketing has to be very, very considered very important. So my suggestion is digital marketing करने के लिए you don't have to spend any money. आप खुद फेसबुक अकाउंट सेटअप कर दो, ट्विटर अकाउंट, इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट सेटअप करो, यूट्यूब पे काफी हेल्प वीडियोस है हिंदी में, गुजराती में, तो आप वो सेटअप कर लीजिए. एंड द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट डूइंग इट, बिकॉज यू लर्न बाय डूइंग, आप पोस्ट करना चालू करो एंड you'll know. Because can you imagine the entire world is there on digital marketing. We estimate more than 2 billion people are there on digital. और फेसबुक, यूट्यूब, इंस्टाग्राम, ये बहुत फेमस है. सो आई वुड लाइक टू स्टार्ट माय फर्स्ट सेशन इज पेरेंट्स आल्सो now need to use digital marketing as a tool for learning, as a tool for connection, and a tool for doing business and career growth. LinkedIn, मैं बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ LinkedIn का बिजनेस के लिए, करियर ग्रोथ के लिए. तो ये जब तक हम स्टार्ट नहीं करेंगे, till we don't start, we are not going to progress. So that is my first question which I taken is, how do I start hustling? You start today, don't think about it, start today. Set up basic social media accounts across platforms, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and just start practicing, just start putting posts, adding people, and from that we can go on. So I think Dr. Dedhia is setting up. Is Dr. Dedhia there? Yes, Dr. Dedhia is there.
Yes, yes, I'm very much there.
So Dr. Dedhia, would you take questions or should I direct?
Uh,
Basesh, can I
first
add a little
question.
bit to that? What you
Yeah,
said?
yeah. Go ahead, please, Sushil.
Okay, I think Basesh made a very valid point on digital marketing, and I think we need to emphasize on that. But अगर आप में से parents है, तो my sincere request is not only digital marketing, the overall outlook towards technology. जनरली क्या होता है, टेक्नोलॉजी मीन साइंस, तो अगर मैं साइंस का स्टूडेंट हूँ तो मैं टेक्नोलॉजी देखूंगा, मैं अगर कॉमर्स का स्टूडेंट हूँ, आर्ट्स का स्टूडेंट हूँ, तो टेक्नोलॉजी और मेरा कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. दैट इज हाउ द जनरल concept is. Now we'll have to come out of that mindset. One is the entire digital space that Basesh bhai spoken about. But even in terms of अपने खुद के businesses या अपने खुद के जो भी career है, उसमें टेक्नोलॉजी का impact कैसा है? The entire telecommunication world, the way it is moving, the entire artificial intelligence, the way it is coming, that doesn't mean, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मुझे artificial intelligence का पीछे का जो कोडिंग है वो मुझे मालूम होना चाहिए. मुझे उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा मेरे बिजनेस में वो मालूम होना चाहिए. मैं अगर खाली आर्टिस्ट हूँ, मैं खाली गिटार बजाता हूँ, या मैं खाली सिंगर हूँ, इवन देयर करियर विल गेट इम्पैक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. आज सारे आर्टिस्ट, मैं ड्रामा करता हूँ तो यू कांट डू अ ड्रामा. आज की तारीख में कोई देखने के लिए ड्रामा आएगा नहीं. तो हाउ डू आई वर्क ऑन द टेक्नोलॉजी? सिंपल चीज, जैसे अगर मुझे जूम यूज करना नहीं आया तो मैं कैसे लोगों के साथ में कनेक्ट करूँ. तो ये सारी जो चीजें हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी एडॉप्शन, ये सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट डिफरेंशिएटर होगा. और मैं तो मतलब डिफरेंशिएटर नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ कि इसेंशियल होगा. जैसे हम लोग खाना खाते हैं वैसा हमको टेक्नोलॉजी देखना पड़ेगा. अगर ये नहीं हमको आया तो वी विल बी लेफ्ट बिहाइंड. और बच्चे ऑलरेडी टेक्नोलॉजी पे काफी अच्छे होते हैं कंपेयर टू अस, छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी. तो उनको और वो प्रमोट करना, उनको टेक्नोलॉजी से दूर नहीं रखना. उनको अगर हम लोग बोलेंगे तुझे मोबाइल फोन नहीं दूंगा, वो मॉनिटर करना जरूरी है, वो कैसे क्या यूज करते हैं, वो सब करने के बावजूद हमको उनको टेक्नोलॉजी एडॉप्ट करने में बहुत मदद करनी और पुश करना है. दैट इज व्हाट द पॉइंट आई वांटेड टू मेक.
Okay. So there are some direct questions on arts, commerce, and science, which we are not going to really go into the detail of that. We are having separate sessions for that. We do have coordinated efforts on arts, commerce, science, and the various fields of education. So that we will be taking up at that time. But just to give you some very specific pointers, because there is a question from Yashvi. Yashvi says that because of the COVID, the education learning will change a lot. And my daughter is in 9th standard. How she has to look forward for developing the studies. I think all of you all can give your views. However, I would just like to say one thing, that this is an episode which has come at a global level. And at global level, students are getting affected. So it is not only that it is in our country or it is in the city of Mumbai. All the children will be looked after. Their education is being thought about. I've said it last time also. All the AICT boards, the Maharashtra state boards, the Central Educational Board, the UGC, they are all worried that the students should not lose out on this important time. And therefore, they are looking at it. They are seeing what are the best ways in which it can happen. How best way the students' time is not wasted. So that will be taken care of. However, as mentioned, there are a lot of skills that are required. And as very rightly pointed out by Basesh and Sushil, technologically, if we do not get geared up, this is the change of education. We were following education 3.0. Now we are heading towards education 4.0, which is in tune with the industrial revolution of 4.0. If we do not change there, change is bound. We are bound to change. There is nobody who can stop us. We have to change. So I would like someone else also to handle this question. Anyone from you?
Saurav, do you want to take on the importance of developing different skills to be ready for the new world? You want to share some perspective on this? And then Nirav. First Saurav and then Nirav.
Sure. I think one of the most important factors that we need to develop right now is developing the skills. Right? Now, be it with respect to technology, be it with respect to your physical development, be it with respect to your emotional or mental development. Right? You can look at this as a great time, a break, in which whatever has been your dreams, you can kind of work on those dreams and make it a reality. I personally have been working a lot on my own self, been regularly meditating, working on my mind a lot more. At the same time, we have been training lots of students to enhance their fitness levels so that they can progress further in their respective sports. I also, have been training a lot of youths who have been working on and learning something new, because this is a time where we always have wanted to learn something new, but I never got the time doing something like that. So I think this is a great time to do all of this. And the most important thing being that we need to take every situation as a challenge and not as a problem, because there will be times where we'll face adversities. But if we going to crib about it or be denying about it or say that why this is happening, why this had to happen when I was in 10th standard or so and so forth, uh, then we'll never be able to work towards a solution. But if you are going to accept it and take it head on and say that, look, this is a great opportunity to do something new, and we can utilize this time and make it into an asset rather than a liability, then it will be a fantastic time for all of us. That would be my perspective on this.
Nirav bhai.
Yeah. As Saurav was saying, challenge, and if you see the word challenge, it also has a change in it. So there is no choice, and change is the only constant thing in life. And the God's grace, you have all the time in the world, so you have to utilize. That is very, very crucial. Second thing is what I see is that we all talk about positivity. We all talk about that. Look at the glass which is filled and it is not empty. And you must be thinking that in this scenario, how you really can manage that. And the only answer to that is your attitude. See, there is something which is going to happen in life, and there are certain things you can't change it. So first and foremost is you need to accept the reality that this is it. The moment you start accepting certain things in your life, lot of struggle, lot of burden, and lot of unnecessarily exercise goes out of your life. The moment you start accepting what is not changeable. And once you are clear that these things you cannot change, then comes the thing where according to your personality, I repeat, according to your personality, you need to formulate the work task which you are going to do, which you want to do, and then make a plan, put that plan on paper, get the help, and work out that plan. And it is very, very individual. So don't go, you may like me saying something, you may like Sunil or Basesh or Ilam, madam saying something, but then we all have different personalities. So if your personality, you need to identify, and depending upon your personality, you need to definitely work on it. And one more little thing I'll tell you, that you choose what you're going to do. I would recommend that if you decide that, okay, now as the buses say that I want to have a presence on a web, or I want to go on a net, make sure that out of 365 days, getting the Sunday out, you have to tick that out of that days you have been even for 2 minutes. I don't mind that you spend 10 minutes in a day, then 1 hour in a day. That's not important for me. What is important is a repetitiveness, which is a killing thing. I mean, if you do anything in life which is more repetitive than doing few things which are very excellent for a very small period of time, I think that repetitiveness is the key. It's the big, big thing to do. So please do that. I am not interested here that you pick up certain things. What I'm interested is what is your to-do list which you are doing it. I think that's it I want to say about this.
I have a one point to add. I'll take little time on that. I think this question was asked by a 9th standard student.
Yeah, many
So,
many have who have asked in
okay,
terms of careers. Yeah.
ओके तो आई थिंक बच्चों के लिए जो स्कूल में जा रहे हैं उनके एक इम्पोर्टेंट है कि देखो अभी एजुकेशन क्लासरूम से डिजिटल में चला गया सडनली ऑन 17th of March. अभी वो अगस्त सितंबर अक्टूबर कभी ना कभी इट विल अगेन कम बैक टू क्लासरूम. ओके हम लोग प्रे कर रहे हैं कि वो जल्दी से जल्दी आए, बट यू नो गवर्नमेंट विल टेक इट्स ओन टाइम टू डू दैट. सो नाउ अगेन यू नो वी हैव गॉन थ्रू वन शिफ्ट फ्रॉम क्लासरूम टू डिजिटल. अभी डिजिटल से वापस क्लासरूम में जाना है, तो ये ट्रांजिशन बच्चों को मैनेज करने को सिखाना इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टूल फॉर टीचर्स एंड फॉर पेरेंट्स. अपने को दोनों को स्टूडेंट्स को उसमें हेल्प करना पड़ेगा. और जब भी ये नॉर्मलाइज हो जाएगा एंड क्लासरूम में वापस जाएगा, उसके बाद में वापस डिजिटल से निकल जाना इज गोइंग टू बी सुसाइडल. सो उसके बाद में डिजिटल लर्निंग और क्लासरूम लर्निंग को ब्लेंड कैसे करना है, दोनों को साथ में कैसे चलाना है, दोनों उसका उपयोग साथ में कैसा करना है, ये बच्चों को नर्चर करना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. सो इसमें पेरेंट का भी रोल है, सिर्फ स्कूल का रोल है ऐसा नहीं है, इसमें पेरेंट्स का भी रोल है. तो ये अभी से डिसिप्लिन हमको धीरे धीरे चालू करना पड़ेगा. जब भी क्लासरूम सेशंस आएंगे तो हमको डिजिटल भी उसके साथ में करना पड़ेगा. देयर आर समथिंग व्हिच दे कैन लर्न फ्रॉम डिजिटल एंड देयर आर समथिंग व्हिच विल हैपन इन द क्लासरूम. बट वर्ल्ड इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अगेन 100% क्लासरूम, इसके बाद में नहीं होगा. इट विल ऑलवेज हैव दैट बैलेंस. तो ये ट्रांजिशन में बच्चों को हैंड होल्ड करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Shama, Kailash, some thoughts on skill development?
Yes,
Yeah, Shama,
I would like to speak
please.
because these are the parents who are asking about the career options. And as a parent, definitely they would be worried. But the first and the foremost thing is they need to accept the circumstances what has come in. So वो जब भी accept करेंगे तभी the kids are going to learn from them. And I would like to state here that if they search on the net, I would also suggest three different kind of sites because there are particular courses. They are pertaining to arts and humanities. They are pertaining to languages, mathematics, logic, and for all the levels. Not only for the college students, but even for the school level students. And these courses are introduced by topmost universities of the world, and they are giving it completely for free. If you want a proper certification before whatever profession you are going to get into and you want to do the course, you can pay for the course and get the certification. If you have a problem paying the fees, they have also considered the financial aid. If you just write a single letter, they are going to give you the financial aid, and the course would be made free of charge. So, as a parent, what I would say is help your kids to search in for those courses which are relevant for them. Help them doing that and then go ahead with it. The kids would be more than happy when the parents are sitting with them and doing the course together. So, my suggestion would be that because see, we never know okay, what time this corona impact is going to take. It's September or October or it's July or August. We cannot predict because there are rumors going around that it's going to the lockdown is going to be uplifted now, or so we cannot say about it. So no comments on that. But then prepare yourself well for whatever period it is taking. I would suggest that. Yeah.
Shama, do you have the links? I'll put the links on YouTube right now. If you can
I
type
don't
it.
have the links, but I can give the names.
Yeah, all right.
One is Coursera.com.
Coursera, okay. Yes,
Fantastic courses available there.
yes.
Then we have Udemy,
Udemy, yes.
and the third is edX, ED and capital X.
edX, okay. Then I would also like to add Khan Academy. If you have heard,
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
it's a brilliant
Yes.
place to learn.
Absolutely.
Okay, and
Yeah.
YouTube is also a great resource for low level, small stuff. So I've typed the names: Coursera, Udemy, edX, and Khan Academy.
Yeah.
All right, Kailash, you want to add something on skill development, education, career thoughts?
हाँ, so main जो इलाजी का question था, so I'll just come add few points over there. So basically, parents worried about कि हाँ ये कैसे होगा, school तो इतना time से बंद था, अभी वापस जाएंगे, क्या होगा? So basically, see, in all of this, one thing is that preparation तो हमें किधर भी करना है, right? So there are a lot of children, many very I would say publicly available names are there जिन लोगों ने होम स्कूलिंग किया है. यूएस में भी होम स्कूलिंग बहुत सारा ये फेमस है. फेमस इन द सेंस इट इज मोर लाइक दे आर वेरी मच फोकस्ड कि हाँ भाई ये करना है, और वो बोलते हैं ना ऐसे कि हाँ चलो आप कोई भी काम करो, गलत नहीं करना चाहिए, ऊपर वाला देख रहा है. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ जो एक अपने में होना चाहिए डर कि हाँ ऊपर वाला देख रहा है, मैं कुछ गलत करूंगा तो सेम वे टीचर को भी वर्चुअल ले लेना है कि भाई मुझे मेहनत करना ही है, मैं घर पे हूँ या फिर स्कूल में जाऊँ, मेहनत सेम लेवल पे होना चाहिए. सो दैट इज वन. एंड बेसिकली होम स्कूलिंग के कंसेप्ट बहुत बार ये बताए गए हैं. तो नाउ इज द केस आई वुड से इंडिया में पेरेंट्स का ये रोल थोड़ा और बढ़ जाता है, बिकॉज अभी उनको थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा कि हाँ डिजिटल पे क्या कर रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बढ़ जाता है. इन अ वे इट इज वेरी गुड कि किड्स को क्या अच्छा लग रहा है तो दे विल ऑल्सो एबल टू फाइंड आउट, एंड थोड़ा मेरे ख्याल से एंकरेजिंग होगा. एंड लास्टली बेसिकली ओवरऑल जो लर्निंग का जो हमने बात किया, क्लासरूम, फिजिकल, डिजिटल, बहुत बार ऐसे बोला जाता था जब ये iPad बेस्ड एजुकेशन आया या फिर ऑनलाइन आया, तो फ्यू पीपल विल बी टेलिंग के ये पूरा सब कंप्यूटर में हो गया है, हमारे टाइम पे तो हम फिजिकल लेक्चर अटेंड करते थे, सामने सामने मिलते थे, ऐसे दोनों टाइप के आर्ग्यूमेंट है। बट एट द सेम टाइम हमारे पैनलिस्ट ने अच्छा बताया ये एक तरह का बैलेंस होगा, एंड बेसिकली इट इज ऑलवेज बी लाइक दैट। जैसे मैंने मास्टर्स कोर्स किया है, 2 कोर्सेज मैंने ऐसे किए हैं जो डिस्टेंस एजुकेशन नेटवर्क, राइट, मैंने कभी प्रोफेसर को देखा ही नहीं है एंड आई स्टिल डिड द कोर्स, और उसमें सेल्फ मेहनत करना पड़ेगा जो भी है whatever, but you have to be focused, you have to consider it that way, but then at the same time going meeting the person, meeting the teacher, वो भी एक अच्छा है। तो दोनों बैलेंस फ्यूचर में डेफिनेटली होने वाला है। इट विल नॉट बी कंप्लीटली डिजिटल, इट विल नॉट बी जस्ट फिजिकल, दोनों मिक्स होगा। असाइनमेंट्स विल बी ऑन आईपैड, क्वेश्चनर्स यहाँ पे भेजेंगे, people will do things, lot of online tools also we will be using going forward, and Byju's जैसे tools हैं already I see like a lot of there are millions of users now, so they are really liking it। mobile पे course किधर भी लेके they are able to do it। किसी को कोई भी course सीखना हो, there are like 4500 courses on Udemy जैसे मैडम ने बताया। so I mean knowledge बहुत सारा है, यहाँ पे खाली एक ही चीज का जो जरूरत है वो देखने वाला, there should be someone monitoring के कौन बच्चा क्या कर रहा है, whoever is doing the course, right, there has to be that monitoring is compulsory I would say। अगर सेल्फ से वो नहीं आ रहा है तो किसी एक को बोल दो भाई कि भाई मेरे को मॉनिटर करो, कि मैंने बशेष भाई को बोल दिया बशेष भाई मैं ना 10 बजे से 11 बजे तक मैं एक बुक पढ़ने वाला हूँ, आप मुझे रिमाइंड कराओ, अगर मैंने नहीं किया तो मुझे डांटो, समथिंग लाइक दैट बेसिकली। इट हैज ऑलवेज बीन वर्किंग दैट यू हैव टू सेट समवन अबव यू जो आपको ये कराता रहे। सो इन किड्स दिस थिंग parent has to take that responsibility।
Yeah, sure। I will just like to add one question, one very perspective। ऑडियंस से जो पूछा कि 10th के बाद हम क्या करें, 12th के बाद हम आर्ट्स में जाए, कॉमर्स में जाए, आई वुड से कि थोड़ा हम रूट्स में जाते हैं। एंड ये थोड़ा आई थिंक यशवी इंफ्रा है, भरत जी है, लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव आस्क्ड अस अ क्वेश्चन, तेजस हैज आस्क्ड अस अ क्वेश्चन कि 10th के बाद, 9th के बाद, 12th के बाद क्या करें। आई थिंक कि हम एजुकेशन क्यों करते, फर्स्ट लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस रूट के वाई आर वी स्टडिंग एजुकेशन। क्या हम सर्टिफिकेट के लिए कर रहे हैं, स्किल्स के लिए कर रहे हैं, अच्छा बिजनेस मिले, अच्छे घर में शादी हो जाए। मैंने ये भी एक्सक्यूज सुना है कि हम एमबीए इसलिए करना चाहते हैं कि अच्छे घर का लड़का लड़की मिले, फैमिली बिजनेस एमबीए खास करके। सो हम एजुकेशन अगर इसके लिए कर रहे हैं कि हम काबिल बनने, तो ट्रस्ट मी, डू एनी पाथ, आपको आपके एजुकेशन के साथ साथ प्रैक्टिकल सॉफ्ट स्किल्स और लाइफ स्किल्स सीखना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। सो माई सजेशन इज फाइंड योर लाइफ स्किल्स, फाइंड योर पैशन, एंड कम्युनिकेशन जो है, कम्युनिकेशन है, बेसिक नेटवर्किंग जो आपका है, लाइफ स्किल्स, एबिलिटी टू वर्क इन टीम, ये 3-4 अगर आप स्किल्स सेट कर लोगे, एंड एबिलिटी टू हसल, जस्ट रिमूव योर वे आउट, ये 3-4 चीज आप कर लोगे, यू विल ऑल बी सॉर्टेड। सो माय रिक्वेस्ट टू पेरेंट्स इज कि सर्टिफिकेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू का प्रेशर कम करके लाइफ स्किल्स के प्रेशर पे आप ज्यादा फोकस करोगे। एंड सेकेंड, देयर वाज वन क्वेश्चन ऑडियंस से कि आई लाइक सिंगिंग बट माय पेरेंट्स डोंट रियली वांट मी टू सिंग, हाउ डू आई अप्रोच माय पेरेंट्स, एक न्यूटन एप्पल करके पूछा था। तो I will definitely answer this question। I will invite other panelists also, Ila ma'am also, but I would suggest there's a concept called as ikigai या core focus, and ikigai consists of 4 things। ये 4 चीज का अगर आपका टिक मार्क हो जाता है, if you pursue your career business in that, you will very very highly be successful, extremely highly be successful। So ikigai का first thing is skills। Okay, you may like singing but are you good at singing, and that skills has to be certified by third party। ओके, सेकंड इज पैशन। पैशन सोचने से नहीं आता, पैशन करने से आता है। सो कैन यू डू रियाज प्रैक्टिसिंग फॉर 5 or 6 hours a day, कैन यू गेट अप एट 4 o'clock फॉर प्रैक्टिस, वो पैशन पागलपन है। थर्ड, आपके सिंगिंग से क्या लोगों का आपको ब्लेसिंग्स मिलेगा, आर यू फुलफिलिंग योर पर्पस, आर यू मेकिंग द वर्ल्ड अ बेटर प्लेस। एंड फोर्थ, by singing are you able to have a good career or money objective। so skills, passion, purpose and profit, this is my interpretation simplified of ikigai। अगर आप ये 4 चीज करते हो, then go for your career। so my suggestion to all parents and kids is take your time। ऐसे ही नहीं, हमारे खास करके पेरेंट्स का सोच कि बसेश भाई ने बोला है आज का इकिगाई ढूंढो, it will not be possible आज का आज। so but take your time and try to find your core, your ikigai, and people who find their ikigai will really really flourish in life। I'll just relate with an example and then pass it to other panelists। मैं बहुत confused था, अभी भी हूँ। I have done engineering, उसके बाद I have done finance, उसके बाद CA, then CFA, then HR, and now right now I'm in strategy, sales and branding। So till you don't find your core, you will always keep traveling in life. अच्छा sorry, I am an IT engineer from VJT and IT Bombay. मैं वो तो भूल ही गया. So कितना so find your core. It will really help you flourish. So I just wanted to talk about Ikigai and कि हम पढ़ाई क्यों कर रहे हैं उसका basics हम याद रखेंगे. Then you will be sorted. So that was my perspective. Anyone else wants to join? I think Nirav, yes.
Yeah, as far as this Ikigai is concerned, this is really, really true. And the example is all of us panelists. If you see, Ila definitely has been a support for all of us, but all of us are really pursuing what we like. Okay, otherwise Nirav Chheda is not going to be called on talking on this topic, which is a completely non-medical topic. So this is my passion. I mean, I have been doing, contributing to people's life since I passed my 10th. I straight away started teaching people public speaking. I straight away starting and attending courses, which I really like to do a self-development. And that is what really makes a difference. So as Basesh said, that passion to hona chahiye, wo dil se aata hai. See, the problem with the parenting is that you somewhere start thinking from your head. You have a lot of experience in your life. You have gone through your life. So you have a lot of baggage of past attached to it. And you know that this has worked for me, this has not worked for me, and this is good for my child. As a parent, I am also a parent of a child who is in 10th. So as a parent, what you think is correct, that your actually connection is that you are concerned about your child's future. That is very good as a parent. But the moment you start putting your past and your experiences into your child's head, that is the biggest mistake what as a parent you do. And when we were studying, even my parents were doctor and they told me that you KELAVANI to medical mein, na one medical mein. And for me, medical was not a force. But I decided a branch in the medical. I was very clear that I am going to take a ENT field because that is a very light field. I can do my other hobbies. I can pursue other hobbies. That is the reason I chose ENT. I was getting optal, I was getting ortho, I was getting gynae. But I am very clear. And that's something you will get it once you expose yourself in life. So you need to know, that is one. You need to discuss and share with your parents. That is a very, very crucial thing. If you have no communication left, that is very difficult. So you see, you may have some role models. You may like some XYZ. Either he is very famous or he has a lot of money, this and that. So you will have some ideals for that. What I would suggest is you make 5 areas of your life and have different ideals in different areas. And try to meet those ideals or try to meet that person once in 1 month, once in 3 months. And try to analyze yourself, try to discuss and talk with them. Child and parent relationship is a very, 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 very key factor, which is the most important thing because they are your best guide. So don't be a teacher, be a guide and really expand yourself and follow your dreams. I think let's other also speak because this is keep on going. Yeah, thanks.
I think Kailash and Sushil want to add. Kailash.
So one thing I just wanted to add based on Basesh Bhai's point, very important point that he has raised. And once I just speak for a minute, I would like Basesh Bhai to reply on that also. So ये जो चीज़ हो रहा है, सिंगिंग का जो क्वेश्चन आया, और वहाँ से हमने एक और पॉइंट निकला कि मैंने ये किया है. अभी एक मूवी आया था एंड विच इज माय फेवरेट मूवी, बट उसका नेगेटिव चीज मैं बताने वाला हूँ, इज अबाउट 3 इडियट्स. ओके, बहुत फेवरेट मूवी मेरा, मैंने अभी देखा 2 दिन पहले. सक्सेस का पीछा मत करो, एक्सेलेंस का ही करो, यू नो. एंड इन दैट इट वाज के वो एक बंदे को फोटोग्राफी करना था, इसको इंजीनियरिंग ही करना था, इसको यही करना था, ऐसा फिक्स था. बट बेसिकली माइंड यू, इट इज नॉट इजी, और ये कोई रूल नहीं है. इवन इफ यू आर एट द बैचलर्स लेवल और आपको पता नहीं है लाइफ में क्या करना है, दैट इज नॉर्मल, कंप्लीटली नॉर्मल, अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू डू समथिंग. जैसे जो पैशन का बात किया बसेश भाई ने, कुछ एक्टिविटी अगर किया नहीं तो मुझे पता कैसे चलेगा कि मेरे को क्या अच्छा लग रहा है. तो ऐसे सोच के बैठना नहीं है कि हाँ मेरा स्किल क्या है. तो कोई 12 स्टैंडर्ड में स्किल आपको नहीं होगा. एज एन आपका एज जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा, आपके हैबिट्स चेंज होंगे, आपके लाइकनेस चेंज होंगे. एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम जो भी आपको मिला, गो विद द फ्लो, आपको वो एक्टिविटी करना है. 2-3 दिन पहले एक ओखाई का एक वेबिनार मैंने अटेंड किया. वहाँ पे एक लेडी थी, शी आई थिंक जस्ट जॉइंड दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच इज इन रूरल एरियाज डूइंग समथिंग ऑन हैंडीक्राफ्ट एज एन इंटर्न. मतलब ऐसे 2 महीना 3 महीना उनको देखना था कि क्या है क्या नहीं है। अभी लास्ट 6 साल से वो उसमें फुल टाइम है, अभी एकदम सीनियर लेवल पे पहुंचे हैं, लाइक CEO लेवल तक। सो बेसिकली अगर उन्होंने वो किया नहीं रहता तो कैसे पता चलता। सो बेसिकली मैंने इंजीनियरिंग किया, फिर मैंने MBA किया, फिर मैंने ये किया। हाँ ठीक है, परफेक्ट, बेसिकली नो नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट इट। जितना ज्यादा ट्राई करेंगे पता कैसे चलेगा कि कैसे होगा। तो देयर इज नो रूल। तो जिसको भी अभी तक पता नहीं चला है कि लाइफ में मुझे क्या करना है, डोंट वरी, कोई कोई टेंशन नहीं है, करते जाओ। सिंगिंग अभी अच्छा लग रहा है, कंटिन्यू। और जैसे 4 पॉइंट जो बसेश भाई ने बताया, फर्स्ट क्लास, ये फॉलो करना एंड ट्राई टू सी के अच्छा लग रहा है। 2 साल बाद नहीं हुआ तो चेंज कर दो। कोई ऐसे वो नहीं होगा कि हाँ ये तो सिंगिंग कर रही थी अभी कुछ नहीं कर रही है, पीपल विल टॉक अबाउट। तो उसको फॉरगेट करना है। आपका लाइकनेस के हिसाब से एज यू गो एज चेंज होगा, आपका थॉट प्रोसेस चेंज होगा, आपका प्रोफेशन भी अकॉर्डिंगली चेंज करो, नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट। So ये खाली मुझे बताना था बस भाई।
Bashesh
Sure.
bhai, I'll just add Sushil here. I'll just
हाँ जी,
add a little different perspective to this. I think I
sure.
agree with all the panelists. ये जो लाइफ स्किल का बात किया, आई थिंक दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो मैं आई टेल यू, अपने बॉडी में बोन्स होते हैं, हड्डियां होती है, और मसल्स होते हैं। तो हड्डियां सिर्फ होगी, मसल्स नहीं होगी, तो वी विल बी जस्ट अ स्केलेटन, एक स्केलेटन होगा। मसल्स होना जरूरी है। तो लाइफ स्किल्स होते हैं वो मसल्स होते हैं, और हड्डियां होती है वो हार्ड स्किल्स होते हैं। तो मसल आपके स्किल को जैसे चाहिए वैसे ट्विस्ट कर सकता है, और इसीलिए लाइफ स्किल जरूरी है। मैं तो कहता हूँ कि ये कोविड में अगर आप घर पे बैठे हो, तो अगर आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, तो आप ये लाइफ स्किल पे काम कीजिए। लाइफ स्किल्स क्या होते हैं? हाउ टू सॉल्व अ प्रॉब्लम, हाउ टू डिफाइन अ प्रॉब्लम। आजकल बच्चों को प्रॉब्लम डिफाइन करने में प्रॉब्लम होता है। एंड आइंस्टाइन ने बोला है, हमारा ये नहीं है, कि 95% ऑफ द टाइम इफ यू डिफाइन अ प्रॉब्लम करेक्ट, आंसर कम्स इन लास्ट 5%। सो हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई अ प्रॉब्लम, हाउ टू डिफाइन अ प्रॉब्लम, डिसीजंस कैसे लिए जाते हैं, कोलैबोरेशंस कैसे किए जाते हैं, क्रिएटिवली सोचा कैसे जाता है, हाउ टू मैनेज फेल्यूर्स, हाउ टू मैनेज रिसोर्सेस, हाउ टू वर्क एज अ टीम। ये जो सारे स्किल्स है, ये अगर हम लोग तैयार करेंगे, तो आपका फिर हार्ड स्किल कोई भी हो, सिंगिंग हो, म्यूजिक हो, जैसे बसेज भाई ने खुद बताया, इंजीनियरिंग, और मेरा भी वही स्टोरी है, इंजीनियरिंग से लेके फाइनेंस, फाइनेंस से लेके अभी स्कूल टीचर, मास्टर। तो ये जो आपके अगर लाइफ स्किल स्ट्रांग है, तो आप आपके स्किल को जिस तरह चाहिए वैसे घुमा सकते हो। आप सिंगिंग, टेक एग्जांपल ऑफ हर्षा भोगले। हर्षा भोगले is not as great a cricketer as Sachin Tendulkar, but he made a career out of cricketing. Okay, just on speaking. So उसने क्या किया, क्रिकेट का नॉलेज और बात करने की अदाकारी, ये दोनों को अगर उन्होंने मर्ज किया, he made a name for himself. He is very famous. और ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स है। सो सिंगिंग, डांसिंग, गिटारिस्ट और CA, इंजीनियरिंग, उसमें कोई भी अच्छा कोई बुरा ऐसे नहीं है। आपके अगर लाइफ स्किल स्ट्रांग हो, आपके मसल स्ट्रांग हो, तो ये सबको आप जिस तरह से ट्विस्ट कर सकते हो, और आप सक्सेसफुल बन सकते हो।
Right. Yeah, Shama, 1 second. हाँ, बोलिए Shama.
Yeah. See, what I would like to tell the students here is when somebody is opposing them, especially the parents, they should be asking the question why. Why for me is very important, because they have more experience and they might be having their valid reasons about it. Because the students should also differentiate between what they want as profession and what they want as a hobby, and gelling these two things together would be an appropriate decision. So speaking to parents openly about the why behind that is very important, I guess.
All
Yeah.
right. Why? Yes, Saurav ji, you want to add something? And then Ilaben, if you're set up, we will.
Yeah, I'm very much in.
Okay, okay. Saurav bhai?
Let's Saurav finish.
All right.
So I wanted to add one important point, which is very related to all of this. The most important thing in all this is taking initiative to learn. Like a lot of us, if parents are listening, when we were in college, there used to be college festivals. So there would be only 5-10 of people who would actually organize the college festivals, and they would be the people who would have the maximum fun, and they would be the person who would learn the maximum. What we learn from that is basically the people who take initiative always learn the maximum. The second thing is like all of us have different we have chosen different careers. I'm also an engineer who has chosen to get into sports, etc. So we don't need to really know, suppose if I have to travel to Bangalore, I don't need to know the whole route. If I know the next 500 meters to 1 kilometer, that is good enough for me. you know, and I will be able to make my way through the whole thing. So believing in yourself, in what you do, and taking initiative and working towards your career, I think that will lead you to success. That's from my end.
Dr. Dedhia, you want to add something?
Yeah, I would just like to say, I'll just continue on the education 4.0. Education 4.0, and between the 3.0 and 4.0, there's going to be a vast change. Just like in the industry, artificial intelligence, robotic, data analytics is going to be, is already the in thing, and it's still going to grow further. It is not different. You cannot compartmentalize. That is affecting anyone, whether it's a student or a teacher. And when the student is coming out in the career, is also going to be using all this, will have to be equipped with all this knowledge. While this knowledge is so important, it is also important that the student, one is that gets technically equipped. Education is going to change. Gone are the days when the teacher was using the blackboard or the whiteboard, or bringing some YouTube videos, or bringing some PowerPoint presentations and teaching. Today, the concept of flipped classroom is very, very common, where the material is already available to the student, either on Google or it is available through the teacher in advance. What the education is today is clarifying doubts, creating inquiry in the mind of the student, and keeping the innovation, the innovative spirit, the problem-solving spirit continuously on. That is what is important. Like the COVID-19 that is coming, how many students, excepting few, how many of them are really working on something? Maybe the social aspects, maybe the medical aspects, or whatever aspect of this global phenomenon. Many students would be sitting passively. So education 4.0 is which brings about inquiry and activeness, from the moving from passiveness to activeness. And I think that's what is important. Education will change to, it's not going to be arts, commerce, science only. It will be a bucket of choosing subjects. It is going to be customized education, customized certificates and degree. Of course, that's far away, but it is going to happen. Until we do not change the scenario, do not accept technologically completely, and keep giving excuses, I don't think we will be moving ahead. So even today, when the questions come, that when my child is in 9th and want to know about arts or want to know about commerce, I think the question should not be that. The question should be about overall education. Every field is good. Every field has scope. Every field will give careers. Career is based so much on the skills that all of you all have just spoken, on the life skills and all the other skills that you all have spoken. I think that is what is more important. It is not only compartmentalizing into a particular specific field, like Basesh, Sushil, all give examples. From engineering, you move to finance, from finance, you move to entrepreneurship. It's not because you're not satisfied with what you have, but you realize the value and the importance of the, you can say the assets in every field. And that is why you've moved around. Most of us who are professionally, some way or the other, have to do this. We have to grow our knowledge in every field. So if a child wants to learn music, for example, that's not the end of his life. And why should the parents even stop? Let him explore. How far is that interest going? They have to understand that. Probably it is just a fad. He just wants to get into it. Maybe once he gets into it, he or she may realize that this is not for me. So I think allowing the child to explore whatever they want to without any burden is important. Every field has money. Every field you can make your name. Whether it's a music, we know so many musicians, we know so many compeers, event managers, even in our own community and elsewhere, everywhere in the world, who have also made money and good name. So my take to the whole thing is that education has to be global. Instead of understanding about one field, explore about every field. And this is the period, the COVID period, the lockdown period is, I think, an opportunity to grow your skills through online courses or YouTube videos. There are so many avenues if you really want to grow. I'm sure Basesh, Sushil, and all of you all, Saurav, we are ourselves growing in knowledge during this lockdown period, aren't we? We have learned so many things even in this lockdown. It's not only about talking to others, but I think self-introspection and learning is something that has to continue for everyone. With this, I would like the other panelists to speak.
I would like to just take two questions which have come on YouTube comments. Very interesting. One question is, person says, I have a very, very high IQ, but I am not happy in life. I'm not successful. People don't like me. So I would like everyone to share their insights. And club, one more question. The other question says, my kid is hyperactive. How do I make him focus and calm? Okay, so I would just give my perspectives and then ask others to join in. Um, there has been a lot of research, and I also personally believe that IQ is not at all important for success, or only IQ is not at all important for success. The evolution of human beings has been such that first physical quotient was important. आप कितना physically fit रहते थे, कितना मेहनत कर सकते थे, उस पे आपका success था. Then it was IQ. But now there are two more quotients which you really need to develop. One is emotional quotient. How well can you stay happy with your family? How well can you work in teams? आप सचिन तेंदुलकर भी genius है, but he also needs 10 people in his team. He also need a coach and support staff. So teamwork is most important. And last, which I'm always a big fan of, spiritual quotient. Till you don't tap your spiritual energy, you will never get that extra focus, that extra edge. This is purely my opinion, but I think Jainism and also Indian roots have a lot of hidden secrets. Like for example, हम नमस्ते करते थे, the world was laughing. Today the world appreciates the value of a namaste. We used to advocate chovia. Today the world calls it intermittent fasting. So if we go back to our roots and implement whatever possible, especially there are two concepts which I'm a big fan of, aparigraha and anekantavad. If we can implement this two, life is sorted, I believe. So IQ, in fact, there is consistent research which shows that IQ will spoil your chance of success because you don't get well with the team because of arrogance or because of less patience. There is a lot of research. So focus more on EQ, working well in a team, making people happy, and spiritual quotient. And second, how do I make my kids more engaged? My thing is, let them choose one or two hobbies and let them spend time in that, because there is a book called as Power of Habit. I would recommend all parents to at least see a YouTube video which says that willpower is a habit and willpower is teachable. If you spend 10,000 hours or 5,000 hours or 2,000 hours, like Nirav bhai was saying, that repetition, that practice becomes habit, that habit becomes self-control, that self-control becomes willpower. So the best way for your kids to have good willpower and habits is make them practice something over and over again of their choice and let them choose what they want to do. So with these two thoughts, that AQ, SQ is also important, and willpower is also practicable by practicing good habits and routines. I will like other panelists to join and share their opinions on this. Nirav, you want to join, sir?
I would just like to add one very important point, and I think that is about innovation. Because as a student, in the student's life, experimenting, researching, exploring innovation is a very, very important aspect. And there are so many students who are shining through their innovation, through their design thinking, and so on. And I think that is also something that really needs to be focused by the student and given equal importance by the parents.
Yes, Nirav, you wanted to add?
Okay, so very well said that there are four cautions, and everybody understood that. Now, again, one more thing you need to understand is there is happiness and there is fame, there is money, and there is contentment. So, even if you have one thing which is very well developed and other thing is not taken care of, in the balance of life, you really cannot stand. You need to have all the four legs, four pillars of your life in place. You identify whichever pillar is very strong, great, you continue with that, you keep that strength, and then find out what are the pillars you need to work on and work on that thing. And there are guidance available everywhere. So whichever pillar you feel that you need to work on, you definitely have to take efforts and you definitely have to take a support. The support is very easily available for you at this point of time. When we were kids, it was, first of all, it was not really diagnosed that well, and then it is not even aided that well. Same thing happens for hyperactivity or XYZ. So there is nothing which is bad. It's only thing is there's something which is in excess. So IQ is not bad. It is more in excess. There are some people who are emotional. It's not bad. It is in excess. So anything in excess is dangerous. What you need to have is the balance, and that beauty of balance is what over the period of time you need to develop. About whatever you have in life, first of all, once you are accepting it, then there is a way that whichever area you want to change, you can change it. Second thing, there's difference between a should, what I should do, and what I can do. See, the should comes from a pressure. It will always come that I have to do this compulsory, I don't like it, there is a force, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So the moment anything, when it goes into your head saying that I should do this, understand that something somewhere you are resisting and there is a burden which you are carrying. The moment you start speaking from I want to and I can, there are a lot of things will start altering for you. So think of that, and the balance is very important. Next, please.
I would just like to add few more points. One is that the importance of internship, where they have live examples and live hands-on experience to the industry, which is extremely important. Today, maybe temporarily because of the COVID period, you are not able to take a physical experience of an internship, but that should not stop you. There are many opportunities even online for internship which are possible. And once everything we are through this whole phase, internship, you can always take up live internships also. So I think hands-on experiences there are students right from the 9th and 10th standard who take up small internships, small experiences in the industry, no matter what it is. You may want to become a doctor, you can still take up an experience in accounts. Or you may want to be into commerce and you can still take up some experience in company secretary or whatever. So internship is one thing that gives you hands-on experience. It teaches you a lot of life skills. It teaches you customer requirements and so on. One more thing that I would like to focus is hands-on experiences in projects and a lot of competitions, exposure that comes through your colleges, which also really helps. I think the co-curricular and the campus experiences, the out of the classroom experiences are something that really help you develop your multi-talented skills a lot. And over to the next panelist.
Kailash, if you could share on internships, because I believe you have a lot of data. So if you can
Kailash is especially for this period, Kailash.
Yeah, sure. Just quickly, I'll add one point about that IQ guy. So basically, I'll just tell him that, look, don't worry. If you are very brilliant in solving things and all that, keep at it. People will start liking it if you just allow them to welcome. Be a little normal with them. Just try to get friendship, and don't I would say judge too soon, or don't become arrogant. I've had one team member who has IQ whatever 100%, right, and I'm at let's say 50%, and I used to handle him on a regular basis, that भाई ऐसे नहीं बोलने का, उसको नहीं पता है तो ऐसे डायरेक्टली कैसे बोल दिया, अरे ऐसे नहीं होता है. So you have to be little slow, थोड़ा अच्छे से उसे बात करो and all that. So once, and Basesh bhai rightly said, you are not going to work whatever that you are going to do, आप टीम में करने वाले, आप अकेले कुछ नहीं करने वाले. So that's why to have a team building, ये एक सबसे बड़ा चीज है, that you build a friendship with everybody. वो arrogance आता है कि हाँ मुझे सब आता है, but उसको थोड़ा साइड में रखने का. So maybe try to develop that skill कि how can you be little modest, कैसे बन जाने का, so ऐसा करके तुम try करेंगे, so I think you'll be able to build a lot of good friends, and people will love you. So don't worry about it, just keep at it, right? Next thing is about the internship. A lot of students basically my internship when I did, I was in masters studies, and nowadays I've seen students doing at 9th standard, 10th standard. So kahan se kahan aa gaye. So people are doing a lot of internships, and especially these days also there are many companies are looking for interns, and interns lot of times what happens for any company, right, they have their certain projects, that these are very much important projects, but for these 2-3 things maybe I can get help of somebody who can just invest their time for 2 months and try to get it done. So there are a lot of internship. I have digital marketing, be it be coding, be it be customer support, be it be some online research, be it be documentation, copywriting, whatever you are good at, video editing, social media marketing, whatever, right? Whatever that you are good at, every single company needs interns. And basically a lot of internship applications that we have put on Internshala. So do register on internshala.com. They are a great platform. I've seen them grow since last 6 years. And I have put a lot of internship personally for my company as well. And I've got digital marketing intern from it, finance people from it, technical developers, web developers from Internshala. So try to create your profile, and there are the moment so for everybody out there, right, all students, the moment I put internship on Internshala, for example, I'm not just promoting that website, it's a wonderful site. Within 24 hours I get like 100 applications, and I can just start calling people, and from third day they can join the internship position. And there are a lot of internship position now also, that if you have a laptop and if you have good communication skills. So few things that I look for, and probably I cannot generalize it, but these are the good things to have for any intern, whatever level you are. Either you are doing a master's, or you are doing a bachelor's, or even 10th 12th, right? These are the few things that will be really good to set you apart. Number one thing is your communication skills, your English skills. So I'll always ask, how would you rate yourself from 1 to 10 for the English writing and English speaking, basically, right? So based on that I would decide. Second thing is I'll test them with the live composing email and try to see how they can do. Third thing is I'll give them 5 articles to read. They're long articles, and I'll just say just read it out, and after 2 days 3 days just tell me what you understood. So people who are bored of doing research, they cannot have that patience level, they'll not come back. But many people will come back, and I know that this person has read 5 articles and have given me summary. Okay, he's a go-getter kind of person, I will choose. So there are a lot of, so there are 3-4 qualities like this. And of course, whatever the area of expertise for the internship, digital marketing or software coding or whatever, you have to have that basic thing. And honesty, basically, ethically, making sure you abide by all the terms of the company. If it is 2 months, you have to complete 2 months, then only you get internship certificate and all that. And this certificate is very much helpful. In one of the older session, Ilabin, I think last year, had spoken about this point when she was talking to the students who are going for foreign studies and all that. You doing smaller internship or even the voluntary internship in India, also that 2 months of thing is also helpful for the university to decide this person, this student has done good job. So they can even hire, give you the admission. So internship has a lot of advantage, benefits. And basically you should not go with the payment kind of thing that mujhe kitna pay milega. 5,000 stipend also you get, you take it. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. I have hired IIT students and IIM Indore students also at internship stipend of 10,000 rupees per month, and they have traveled from Indore to Mumbai and have done their 3 months internship, and they have done wonderful job, right? So I would say yes, whenever you have some time frame, minimum 1 month is I recommend, because for few days you will understand the internship project that you are given at that particular company, and then you will start performing. My favorite thing is about the 2 months internship, minimum 2 months. But even if you cannot do it, do 1 month or 2 months or 3 month internship, and whenever you have that gap, do it. And many internships are available remotely. So even if you have vacation, you are at Dadima's place or you are at Mama's place, wherever, you can do it. So karna chahiye sabko. I'll definitely encourage
it. There is a question on foreign languages. Would somebody like to take it?
Options or something?
Somebody would like to take on foreign language. Somebody would like to, someone
try.
would like to know about foreign languages. The importance of foreign languages.
Okay.
I can add
Would you
few
like
points.
to, Shama?
Yeah.
Only small suggestion is कुछ नहीं सीखा तो Mandarin Chinese सीख लो पहले.
Yeah.
Good, Shama.
Yeah. What is the question they are asking about? What is the scope of foreign languages?
Yeah. What is the scope and which language?
Okay. Which language is a bit tricky question, because nowadays most of the students are emphasizing, or the teachers or the schools are emphasizing on Spanish. as one of the language which students needs to be fluent in. So that is given a high weightage. And the scope of learning a foreign language, the first thing is it improves your brain power a lot. Always learning a foreign language, your brain power increases with it. So take it. Definitely, with all the other subjects in the school, you should be able to learn a foreign language, which is very important. Secondly, the scope of it is in various fields of corporate. Even the MNCs nowadays are hiring students or the candidates who are fluent in a foreign language for the translation part, or foreign language can be gelled with any of the profession that they are getting into. For example, as in law, translation of the legal things, again, that is a very good option as a translator. So yes, according to me, learning a foreign language is very, very important nowadays.
So I would just like to add, it is not only about a foreign language, even any language for that matter,
Any
would help
language, yeah.
you for your functioning of your brains better.
Yep.
So it's just a point that I would like to add to what Shama said.
Yep.
There are repeated questions coming on business entrepreneurship. Sushil, Basesh, would you like to take up?
Yeah, I'll just take that point, and I wanted to refer on that. Um, you know, we got a very good advice on internship. लेकिन ये जो period है, I think some of the students, and it can be from 18 to 20, 25 years and all, this is a good time to practice entrepreneurship. Work on your ideas. अगर आपके दिमाग में कुछ भी ideas हो, ideas की कमी तो नहीं है अपने पास में. Every day you get an idea. I mean, there's a famous quote that everybody who takes bath gets an idea. So you have to decide कि whether you take bath every day. अगर रोज नहाते हो तो रोज नया नया आइडिया आता है. So take those ideas and start working on it. Now with this COVID, things have changed. New paradigm is emerging. नए चीजें आगे आ रहे हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है. वहां पे you can sit at home using your resources. इसको आप आगे चला सकते हो. You can actually work on those. हो सकता है इसमें से कुछ बिजनेस वेंचर्स बन सकते हैं, इसमें से रेवेन्यूज निकल के आ सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन बी इंडिपेंडेंट. आई ऑलवेज टॉक अबाउट जॉब वर्सेस एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. एंड अपने यहाँ पे एक फिलोसफी था कि जॉब इज मोर सिक्योर्ड, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इज लेस सिक्योर्ड. एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में रिस्क होता है, पैसा लगता है, लॉस का चांसेस है. बट इफ यू सी नाउ पैराडाइम शिफ्ट हो गया है. जॉब हैज बिकम मोर रिस्की देन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. Job is like sitting in the car at the back seat, giving handle in the driver's hand. वो ड्राइवर गाड़ी कैसे चलेगा उसके ऊपर आपका पूरा करियर डिपेंडेंट है. There is no question of job security. There is a question on company securities, because many companies are shutting because things are changing. So आपको decide करना है कि you want to give a steering of your life in somebody else's hand, और यू वांट टू मैनेज दैट स्टीयरिंग. फिर आपने गलती की तो आप उसको सुधार सकते हैं, बट अगर दूसरे ने गलती की तो आप मर जाओगे. सो द पॉइंट इज look at various opportunities which you can do, and there are various ways. Me, Basesh bhai, we all can help you कि जॉब करने के लिए पैसा लगता है, बट पैसा is not the only thing that you require to start entrepreneurship. There are a lot of things which you can do, which you can save money and still get into ideas. So please start working on those ideas. बच्चों के साथ में collaborate with each other, team बनाओ. जो मेरे में कमी है, find out in somebody else who can actually complement. Then the money requirement is less. So let's say I know technology, and Nirav bhai knows the marketing skills. If both of us join together, then we can build a wonderful venture. So इस तरह से अगर आप सोचोगे, पैसा कम लगेगा, you can actually work on an idea, and then you'll build something for your own. And this is a great time to start on that.
Just to add, on entrepreneurship, I have a very, very simple take. You do not need degrees to be an entrepreneur. We have got so many case studies that people are sixth fail, anguta chap, and they are far better entrepreneurs. You need learning. Learning and education need not be the same. So I would just like, to request all our parents is that if you want your, child to do their own startup or join family business, make them learn, make them, do some education, but parallelly, please make them work. Internships, again, what Kailash said, brilliant. Internships are there. They can do a lot of freelancing assignments, business communication. So entrepreneurship is all about communication and creating value. If you can communicate, you can sales. If you can create value, you can trade, create value. So just communicate, hit me up, hit Sushil up. In fact, all of us, in the panel you hit up, we have a lot of work. We can also give you a lot of internships. I'm just speaking on everyone's behalf, but connect with a lot of mentors and just start working. And I think Sushil runs an excellent business model, business training venture, which I'm very, very proud to be a part of. So be part of such ventures. And second, for entrepreneurship, you've got to understand there is one skill set. Whether you're going to do your job or entrepreneurship, that one skill set attitude will differentiate you from the others, and that is the power of discipline. If you have the idea of discipline, balance life में रखना है, एक journal maintain करना है, keep learning, keep meeting, if you have this discipline, you will differentiate yourself from the rest. I know so many students right now. I'll just take this 1 minute extra, who have used this time to enjoy, to play games, also to introspect, do art of living courses, to do many many things, learn new things, and they have explored their personalities. And a lot of students whose parents are saying कि यार ये मुसीबत हमारे घर पे. So you understand how this cycle is working. So I request to parents, अपने बच्चे को मुसीबत मत बोलिए, because it really impacts them. All right. And second is, this is a time that you learn, have discipline in life. And for business, no education degrees are required. That learning and actual life skills, those are the only things that is required, is what I would say. I will just request Saurav, because I would just like to pass on one thing to Saurav before others join. is sports का अभी भी इंडिया में इतना importance नहीं है, खास करके हमारे community में इतना नहीं है. So can you give some 1-2 case studies where following sports as a career, people have done well in life? And also second, you are a very, very fine balance. I've got couple of comments from Kinjal, who's my sister also. She's your fan. She says that her child Jaisal, who is an hyperactive, super hyperactive kid, he has calmed down doing some online spirituality with you. So if you can. And also chess, yes, there are a lot of things which improve this. So Saurav, if you can talk about sports to
I would,
improve skills and
I
career.
would just like to add something to your question also,
Please,
so that Saurav can go seamless. Saurav, how to practice sports in this COVID period within the house? And if you can spend last 5 minutes doing some meditation, if you can teach some style of meditation, which one can do within the house.
Sure. I would like to take that at the end of the session. Maybe do meditation with everybody. If it is okay with all the panelists, we can just experience something. As regards to the sports as a career, I think, in fact, your community, the KVO community, is a prime example of this. How sports can impact. 5-7 years back, there was nothing in sports in the community apart from cricket, which has been going on since long time. And then KVO Sports Abhiyan happened, and then in 2016, when there was an Olympia, there were 12,800 participants which were registered for it. So the kind of impact that had created in the whole community. Now there is a marathon of your community which has 6,000 people running. So it is. The tagline of that entire movement was the Swasth Samaj, Samruddha Samaj. And I was very happy to be associated since the inception of it. I think sports plays a very pivotal role in shaping one's career, because one most important thing that sports teaches us is that it helps us how to deal with failures. Because winning and losing is a part of every single day's affair in sports. So as in life, you are going to fail somewhere or the other. So sports kind of brings you to that. As regards to sports as a career, earlier we thought that there were not many opportunities in sports as a career, but now with so many leagues popping up, who would have thought that there is a kabaddi league which would have been so successful? Now there is kho leagues which is coming up. There is a volleyball league which is coming up. So with the leagues, number of leagues that has come up, the exposure of sports has drastically increased. And I think each and every industry, not just sports, but overall, if you look at fitness and wellness, if you look at the whole spectrum of things, it's a great growing industry to be a part of. So you have numerous opportunities in that. One can pursue a career in the training space. That's what my company does in creating future sports international and national champions. There are different in the sports media and the broadcasting space. There is huge amount of things nowadays. Students are very familiar with what is happening in a EPL match, sitting up late night, than what is happening in a current affair in the country. That is the kind of situation that has been happening and the awareness that has been brought about by sports. So that's about sports. The second thing with regards to meditation and etc., I think I have been practicing meditation since last 14 years. It had really helped me in terms of career, in terms of sports as well, because I was a person who could never play without a coach. So I used to be a table tennis player. I was a national silver medalist in table tennis. So whenever I would lose a point, I would look back and understand that what is a mistake I was doing. But meditation kind of gave me that awareness to understand what am I exactly going wrong at this point and how to correct it. So that's been one of my biggest takeaways. Uh, in this COVID space, what you can do is you can do a lot of different activities. For example, you have nothing, no infrastructure, you just have a ball. For example, you can do so many different activities with your family. Like for example, you can boost your catching skills. You can ask your mom, who would not know anything about sports, just to throw the ball in and around within a particular area, and you kind of get into the habit of catching. You want to go a little more advanced, you ask the mom to keep your hands like this, you stand below it, keep two balls in one hand, release any of the balls whichever you feel it, and that you have to catch before it drops to the ground. So you boost your reflex ideas. What I'm trying to say is there are a lot of different innovative ways to boost your fine motor skills, gross motor skills through sports in this period of time. And meditation can really help. I've been teaching the art of living courses. It's phenomenal. You should definitely experience that. It's very beautiful. We'll do some techniques a little later on. Maybe you can also experience a short demo of it a little later.
Dr. Dedhia, with your one permission, I would request all parents and kids to do BJP at home. Bartan Jhadu Pota. उससे better कोई exercise नहीं है. So just to continue with last time's theme.
It has got a lot of value, not only as far as exercise is concerned, but I think the support system that one can create within the family through the BJP that you described, I think that support system will give a lot of happiness and a lot of relief to each member of the family. So ultimately, whatever we are discussing in the end is for happiness. So I think if BJP can give that, why not? That's also a good way. Just one point that I would like to make before we take this discussion further. There are two comments that I would like to say. One is when there are specific questions on arts, commerce, science. I'm repeating again. We are not doing the detailed career talk because that is already there on the Google. You can search what are the specializations in each field. If you have any specific questions, definitely we can take it. There was one question that what is the value of pure science if we don't get in medicine or we don't get into engineering? I would say every field has got a lot of scope. Even the pure sciences today in the fight against COVID, it is not only the MBBS or the MDs, but it is the biochemist, the biomedical, each and every one is involved in the whole phase. Now, this all will come through your pure sciences. So even developing the vaccine, for example, is also output of the pure sciences. So there is no field that has no value. I would say there is no need to get disheartened if you don't get admission or you don't hit your scores. There is nothing to get worried. Life is very beautiful for you. You have lots of wonderful times to enjoy. Never get saddened by these small phases of life that come in. Remember that we are all together as human beings, not only for this COVID period, but for always. So my message to students is don't compare the value of one degree to another. As I said, in Education 4.0, you may have customized degrees. You may not have these common degrees also. You will see the gradual change in this whole process of education. We can take this question answer further. Yeah. I think there are some more questions which have sprung up.
Yeah. But I think Nirav wanted to add quickly. Nirav, please, if you.
As far as continuing this session of science, see, once you dive in the sea or once you are starting any journey, in the beginning you may have one thing that this is my destination. But as you go along the journey, you never know that what your destination is going to be. And the journey is equally important as the destination. So don't worry, don't lose your focus that if this is not possible, that is not possible. If you don't start the journey, Anyway, nothing is possible. And as you go along, things may change for you also, and maybe for better. So if you like science, jump into that. If you like commerce, arts, and anyway now also, as Ilaben was saying, that anyway now students have a choice from eighth. We never had a choice. We had to study everything, and the choice is available at this point of time. So it, in a way, they can pursue what they like. So rather than asking us that what is to be done, what is that, I think is that parent and the student have to sit together, ask each other that what should I do and why, and vice versa. That would open up a lot of stuff. The moment you have answer for that, then you go to some counselors and the advisor and find out that what is the best way to explore yourself, and then start exploring. And the moment you start exploring, things will open up for you. So explore, explore, explore. That is the mantra. And journey is equally important. And as far as games are concerned, I am playing games with my kids. As I told you, cricket and all that. Another thing is I'm playing table tennis. I mean, just Saurav, we have turned our dining table into table tennis. I'm playing table tennis. We are playing carom after so many years. I mean, I have started playing carom with my dad. My children have started learning it. There are so many games, board games available. This is a time where you have so many different board games available, and at least make a habit. In our house, there is a habit. We don't sleep in this COVID without playing 1 hour with our kid. It may be any game. One day it is my choice, one day it is my daughter's choice, one day it is my wife's choice, one day it is my son's choice. So that choice also alters. You also learn to go to their level, and they also learn what they want to do. So 1 hour a day, sit with your family and play some game. That will create a lot of bonding apart from other development for everybody.
Just one quick question, Dr. Dedhia. I would like to ask this question to you from audiences. I want to share this experience that I am connected with Dr. Dedhia since long, and especially it is important. I think last time also Nirav Bhai specifically said, Kailash also said, it's important to give back. So, Dr. Dedhia, are there any opportunities for a lot of youth who would want to work with you as volunteers right now digitally? Because I think if you help others, you
Yes.
yourself grow. So, Dr.
There is a lot of scope to work digitally with social distancing. We are already conducting some activities with youth. Those who are really interested can always contact us. There is immense work to do, and it's not only me. There are many other people who are also involved with it. Social work. There is no end to the work that you can do for the community. And I would really again say that there are very few category of people who are struggling right now against the fight of COVID, when many of us are sitting cozy into our houses. And I think if we can volunteer and help out in whatever we can do, of course, one is staying at home is also help. But besides staying at home, by staying at home also, there are a lot of things that we can do along with it. And there is no dearth of it. And here I would just like to answer some question which is coming repeatedly by some of these students. I'm interested in, for example, I'm interested in cosmology and robotics. What do I study? I would say you have to study the pure engineering and the pure sciences. These are all very super specialized and very detailed topics which you can learn over a period. So you'll have to come to the reality of life, and core sciences or core subjects of commerce or core subjects of arts or whichever are the core subjects, they will never change. They will always be there. But it is all going to be in the updated version. So there will be change, of course, in the content, but the core subjects will not change. So, and any question, we can always take it up later through other means.
I think Dr. Dedia's network has hanged. I'll just take over. I think you can connect to us. You know, we are there on social media. You can leave a
We
YouTube
will
comment.
see how to set.
Yeah. And Dr. Dedia, with your permission, I want to ask Shama one question and you also one question.
Yeah,
There was one
yeah,
question.
please.
There's one question, Dr. Dedia. I think Aap or Shama, you can answer best. Is what is the importance of aptitude test even today? Some people said that, you know, I want to take engineering, but my
Yeah.
aptitude test has said something else. So if Dr. Dedia and Shama, if you can throw light on this,
Shama,
please.
you can begin first.
See, first of all, the importance of aptitude test. why is that taken? Aptitude test is something, it is a assessment which is going to assess you by giving you certain questions or certain statements, and through that, once the psychologist scores those questions or the statements and makes a record about it or the report about it, then you would be in a better position to know yourself in a better way as a whole, because here you're considering all the 3 to 4 factors. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So these 3 factors would be, they would let you know about your aptitude, about your personality, about your interest. Okay. Yeah.
I
So
would just like to add something also over here,
yeah,
Shama.
yeah.
I think what is also important is the situation, the
Circumstances.
circumstances
Yeah, I
of
was
the
going to talk
family.
about it.
Yeah,
Yes. And the
yeah,
fourth
please,
factor
please,
is
please.
circumstances, because unless and until the circumstances are right, all these 4 factors coming together, only then you can pursue a successful career. Yeah. And why is this important is to getting a better knowledge about your weaknesses and about your strength. That's the reason these aptitude tests are going to work for you well. Now again, here what is important is your interest. Most of the time what happens with the kids is their interest and the abilities mismatch. Nowadays it is happening more and more often. When this happens, then you have to go with your personality and your the circumstances that you are in, because unnecessary just applying your aptitude or your interest and going ahead with it, you are definitely not going to be happily successful. Definitely you would be professionally doing well, but you should be also happy within yourself. So you should try to gel these 2 things together, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would also like to say something that there is no point taking up a field by keeping people unhappy.
Yeah.
I would say that it is very important for the parents and the students to sit together along with your counselor or your guide and
Yeah.
then discuss and decide. Because otherwise, the frustration will be there on either side and it will not give you ultimate happiness. Besides the degree and the education, I don't think there will be happiness. So I would say
Absolutely.
aptitude, interest is all important, but both parties need to understand, parents and students,
True.
because student has a capacity beyond which the student cannot extend oneself in a particular stream, but they may have immense capacity in another field. So it is for the parents to support and understand. So I think taking proper career guidance is extremely important at any stage. It's not only for 10th and 12th, it is even for the later stages. So I would say go through the right ways, the right procedures when you're, you know, architecturing your careers, when you're designing your careers, when you're planning your careers, and don't get scared to change any in between, because
True.
you can always walk a different route on the path and still achieve success. It's
Yeah.
not that if you've done something for a year and two and now you find something else is interested, you can't change. It's not so. So don't hesitate even if you have to make a change.
Yeah, I would like to add here, okay, what is important is you are making the choice for that particular moment, considering all the 4 factors. So later on, definitely going ahead, if those factors are not working right with you, please go ahead and make the corrective actions and change your field. There's no harm in it. So it's okay to change your line completely, because your
And I
interest keeps on changing. Again, what is very important while making a choice, wherein most of the parents and the students ignore this point, is their personality, because a particular kind of personality is appropriate. It's going to help you lifelong to choose a particular career. So please don't ignore your personality traits, because
I
then,
would,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, ma'am.
I just wanted to add, because there was a question about online. It is possible to conduct a career, I mean, your aptitude test even online. So you don't have to get worried, but you don't have to get hyper about it in this period, because I know many parents keep nagging the students, especially their children are right now at home with them, and constant nagging and constant asking them, will lead them to a big confused state. So let them also have their own time, because there's enough time right now. Anyway, the colleges, the admissions and all is not going to happen right, including your entrance exams, because there were some questions on how to study. Just focus on your study. Just focus on knowledge rather than the exam. Right now, I would say it's very simple. Just focus on knowledge, be it your entrance exam material or whatever. Yes.
Ila ma'am, can I just add a
Yes,
couple
yes.
of point on my perspective? I think careers now, particularly with kids, when I work with them for last about 3-4 years, I have observed as a parent and as a child, हम लोग career को we are giving too much of importance at the 10th and the 12th. एक सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो पिछले 10 साल में हुआ है आगे चल के 30-40 साल में और होने वाला है कि द कंपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन ऑफ करियर्स हैज कंप्लीटली गॉन, you know, because of technology, because of you know, the global markets coming together, because the markets themselves are evolving, environmental changes. तो इसके वजह से you know, there is no fixed thing कि अगर मैंने ये ले लिया तो फिर लाइफ लॉन्ग मुझे यही करना है. It doesn't happen that way now. People can switch from one angle to another and careers can be navigated. I can give you umpteen number of examples of some of the best technology companies are run by people who are not technology students at all. Some of the best you know, food joints are run who do not know how to cook also. So beyond a point giving lot of importance to you know, ये career कैसे होगा and all, I think the two more important things in that, one is passion, as we everybody said about कि what makes you happy. बच्चे को मतलब या whoever is taking that career, what is making them happy is very important. And the second thing is उसका drive कहाँ पे, what are things that they want to achieve. I mean, just, you know, you take doctor as a career. I mean, if I want to become a doctor, that itself has so many facets. I can be a doctor and set up a dispensary. I can be a doctor and set up an hospital. I can be a doctor and get into a clinical research where I'm getting. I can be a doctor and be a physio with the team and travel across the world. तो जो बच्चे को हैप्पी करता है, if he loves travel, then physio will make sense to him. अगर उसको उठा के आपने क्लिनिकल रिसर्च में डाल दिया तो he will not be happy. और जिसको क्लिनिकल रिसर्च अच्छा लगता है उसको आपने डिस्पेंसरी में बिठा दिया तो ही विल नॉट बी हैप्पी, और डिस्पेंसरी वाले को बोला तो हॉस्पिटल निकाल, ही विल नॉट बी हैप्पी. सो आई थिंक द फैसेट्स आर डिफरेंट एंड दे कैन नेविगेट थ्रू दैट बेसिक कोर स्किल्स एंड बेसिक, अगर उसको मतलब इफ यू आर गिवन देम एम्बिशंस टू स्टार्ट, then they will be able to find out careers. We have to just give them perspectives and help them to identify what makes them happy and what drives them. ये दोनों का अगर संगम हो गया तो careers can be done. And even if they don't have a knowledge, they will hire people who have knowledge, or they will work with people and get that knowledge done. अभी knowledge पूरा available है on a click of a button, so they will get that knowledge if they want to get that knowledge. So don't, you know, spend too much of time and, you know, spend your sleepless nights on building career, and that's like a reversible decision. बहुत पेरेंट्स आते हैं बोलते कि अभी 12वीं में साइंस नहीं लिया तो मर गए. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There is nothing like that. You know, he can learn science at the age of 40 also, and doesn't matter at all. But uska happiness and what makes him happy is the most important thing.
Yeah, guys, just on a quick note, on a lighter note, to all the kids watching, if your parents are nagging too much, okay, आप प्लीज हमको बोल देना बेटा पापा लॉकडाउन के टाइम पे अंबानी ने फेसबुक के साथ बिलियंस का डील किया, पहले आप कुछ वर्थवाइल करो फिर आप मुझे कंपेयर करो. सो आई ऑलवेज गिव दिस एग्जांपल दैट स्टॉप कंपेयरिंग, बिकॉज इफ योर पेरेंट्स कंपेयर विद यू कि देखो इसको देखो उसको देखो, तो आप भी कंपेयर करो, देखो पापा मुकेश अंबानी ने करोड़ों कमा लिए, करोड़ों का डील किया, आपने क्या किया. So jokes apart, I think fine, like everyone, I will just summarize this. Find your own strengths and explore life. If you explore life in journeys, if you're focused and education or career ka pressure na rakhte hue, if you focus on the journey, life will be more beautiful. That are my final thoughts. Over to Ila ma'am for more questions.
Yeah. So I would say that more or less the questions, whatever were there, have been answered. Just that I think, Saurav, you have a lot of questions about sports. And I'm sure you are reading the messages also.
Yeah. I have kind of replied back also on the chats which are there.
Would you like to just briefly say something?
No, so I think sports is a great tool. I would really encourage all the parents to please you yourself play sports, and also encourage your child to play sports. What Nirav sir just mentioned was amazing. It's great to play together. The family that plays together kind of stays together, and it's amazing that please take out time that and play sport every day. It's great to ensure that the whole body and the physical system gets developed. It's also great to make sure that your mind is very fresh. after you play sports. So that's great. And ma'am, with your permission, then after, if there is any other question, otherwise I can just teach the immunity enhancing technique right
Yeah,
now.
I think I would just like to thank all the panelists for the wonderful time that you all have given on Sunday evening and answered live questions. I'm sure it would help the students in a big way and the parents also. Keep tuned for future whatever programs that we will be conducting. They will be published on social media and as well as the KVO Patrika. Please keep tuned to that. And I would really like to thank Kailash, Nirav, Saurav, Basesh, Sushil, Shama, and even our Dr. Nirmala Almeida, who's not here today. I would like to thank all the panelists for the wonderful insights that you have given. And I'm sure that we will be able to share some more queries that you will raise. We will think of some platform by which some of your questions and concerns can be sorted out. On behalf of MATUSHRI, MANIBAI, SHIVJI, DEVJI, KVO KANYA Keroni Fund, which is under the aegis of the KVO Sthanakwasi Mahajan, I would really like to thank each one of y'all and the audience for the wonderful questions that you sent, and because of which this session became very lively. And I'm sure these questions will be the questions of many other students and parents, and we hope we were able to do justice. I would also like to thank 39 Solutions, Basesh, Gala, and designer Sandeep for the support that they have always given pre-event and post-event, during event. I really thank you for everything. And over to Saurav. Basesh, do you want to say anything?
Just one thing, guys, if you get a chance to work with Dr. Dedhia, grab it. And second, always give back to the community. You will learn life skills, leadership. You will learn networking from the best. So I will request if you can volunteer even 2 hours a day or 5 hours a week, contribute for the society, country, and be a part.
Yeah, thank you very much, Saurav. Can you go on with your...
Sure. So I would just like to share, Vasisa, if you could just put me on a spotlight. Yeah, so I would just like to share a quick technique to really boost our immunity at this particular time of COVID, and which will really enhance our lung capacity. And at the same time, immediately after that, we'll just meditate for 3 to 4 minutes. What is meditation? All that we need to do is just sit with eyes closed. I'll just take you through. Meditation is basically total acceptance of whatever is happening at this moment. So we don't need to concentrate. We don't need to do something. It's effortlessness, and the effect of meditation is basically better concentration. Yeah? So the first technique that we will learn is called Bhastrika. What you need to do is keep a loose fist in front of our shoulders like this. Yeah? When I say breathe in, your hands goes up and your fist opens. Yeah, your fist opens and your hands are straight up. And when I say breathe out, your hands comes down with a jerk and it closes. Yeah? So, and the breathing pattern is you breathe in fully like this, and you breathe out as if you're throwing out the stale air in the lungs, like, so you breathe out the empty air which is there in the lungs and you breathe it out fully. I hope everybody got this. We will practice this. If all the panelists don't mind, we can do this together, maybe around 10-15 rounds, and then we just meditate for a few minutes. Yeah? So we keep loose fist in front of our shoulders. We can keep our eyes closed. Let's take a normal breath in and breathe out. And all together, we can breathe in, out, in, out. Breathe in, breathe 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 out. Come on, 10 more times. Breathe in, out, in, out. Keep your eyes closed. In, out, in, out, in, out. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. And you just relax your hands. Keep it on your lap. Palms are facing the ceiling. Keep your eyes closed. You just sit still for a few minutes. We can become aware of all the noises in the environment. We can gently close our eyes for just 2 to 3 minutes. Become aware of all the noises in the environment. Totally accept them. It may be somebody talking in the house. It may be the noise of the fan, or whatever it is. You are now in harmony with the environment. Become aware of your body. Our body is a precious gift from nature. Love and respect it. Let's take our attention to your right foot, right knee, right thigh and hip. Relax the whole of your right leg. Attention on your left foot, left knee, left thigh and hip. Relax the whole of your left leg. We take our attention on our stomach. Let's keep our eyes closed. For some time, we give it to our own self. We have been constantly engaging in the world outside. Let's give us some time to our own self. Relax your stomach, your chest, your shoulders. Relax your facial muscles, top of the head. Relax your whole body. पूरे शरीर को विश्राम करें. You are now in harmony with your body. Become aware of your thoughts. Good thoughts or bad thoughts. Do not resist any of them. Just let them be. It is said, the more we resist the thought, the more it persists. So let the thoughts be. You are now in harmony with your thoughts. Become aware of your feelings. Pleasant feelings or unpleasant feelings. Just totally accept them. Relax more and more. You are love. You are peace. You are joy. तुम ही आनंद हो, तुम ही शांति हो, तुम ही प्रेम हो. Once again, become aware of your feelings and thoughts, if there are any. Bring a little movement in your body. You can give a big smile to yourself. And slowly and gradually, whenever you feel like it, very slowly, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे आप अपनी आंखें खोल सकते हो. Hope you're
Saurav, it was phenomenal.
Hope you enjoyed it. We just meditated for like 6 to 7 minutes, and it is said if you meditate 20 minutes a day, it's equivalent to sleeping 4 hours. You get the same amount of rest. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. And for those who want to really enhance the lung capacity, you can practice this Bastrika every day for 20 times for 3 rounds. It really helps to boost the lung capacity. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really wanted to thank you. I think this was phenomenal. It was a great experience. Very good experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you to the audience. And once again, thank you to the active panelists. Thank you very much.